Make sure you hit me on King Earner official page to get that honorable Condors Crispy because you know I keep it in and I keep it in the wills in because it motivates me. It's 92 of the 102 minerals my body is made of. And at the end of the day, it gives me understanding that these cells here and all through my body need to be replenished. Live and direct. California is on fire and you're sitting in your bed sleeping right now. You're home sleeping right now and California is on fire. You're home worried about everything else, and guess what? California is on fire. What we gonna do? What we gonna start doing? Thanking the Lord for all the honor that we do have? I mean, we are running around here freely. Our homes aren't burning up. It may be a little chilly right now. Chills that if you don't got no heat, maybe you're in a jam, but you can get some covers, you can get some clothes, you can figure it out somehow. But most of y'all are concerned with the wrong things when there's other parts of the world where people that are predominantly rich are suffering. No one is going to understand that. Everybody's check this out with the fire. Yeah, the dishonorable governor over there, that Phil Zuck, had a chance to sign a bill where he get a bunch of money to make sure it don't burn down. And guess what? He said, you know how I'm going to carry it? I'm going to keep the money that I have. Instead of me getting this understood, whereas though we don't have to go through these wildfires, we're going to tuck this bread. And that's the sad part about it, that you don't understand about politics. But yet you want to honor these politics. You want to say, oh, this one is that one and that one is this one. Well, they going to give a Philzuck and you will understand that when you're burning down like California. And I want to say, damn. Because at the end of the day, I don't know what to say. If it's a bunch of rich people or poor people being burnt to death, and if it's not by the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it's like, damn, why are you being burnt? Why are you being destroyed? Are you feeling as though money controls everything that you have going on? Because we will find out that if you're running around and you move like that, liably, you can get burnt down. And it don't have to be fire. You can lose your job. You can lose your family. You can lose everything thinking that money is more important than what you have going on in the reality of a family and your life. That's not the case of how you should be moving. Move correctly. Don't move desperately. Don't move desperately out here for $1. Because some of y'all are running around and get some knee pads and Silzakadilzik just to pay a bill or two. Instead of just putting the bill off into next mills on and gathering up the coins as much as possible, even if you got to earn $10 a day. Do the math. 10 times 30. That's some bill can get taken care of. But if you let them go too far, then you're playing catch up. And some of us have played catch up before. But when you play catch up, make sure you give it all up. Don't be an individual that play catch up and penny pinching it to get it out the way. I mean, the IRS is real zobbing me blit 9. Do you think King Earner is crying? No, I'm making sure they get their coin because at the end of the day, these Prilzooks will put a levy on you and snatch everything from you. They will begin to lean on everything, including your honor. Because some people can't take that pressure of them Krillzackers leaning on them. Some people would damn near kill themselves about debt. When I know I can pray to Allah about that, and guess what? Have a beautiful woman or somebody somewhere, even on social media, motivate me to go ahead to get some earns to get that debt out the way. You will start beginning to understand this when your maturity level, heightens up. When it gets high, you will say, God damn, it's time to play catch up. Because you'll realize your children may need you one day. I don't care if it's something small or if it's something tall. Maybe your woman may need you more than anybody. And you don't want to be embarrassed when you don't have for her or have for your family. You want to be able to jump up and give and get. Well, guess what? Those people over there that are going through it yesterday, a few days ago, they were able to get up and get. And today, they all will probably give up all their money to be in a better position. And that's what you got to have understanding of. You can be just as Brizoke with peace and be the richest person in the world. But you could be the richest person in the world with no peace. And guess what? You feel like you don't got a goddamn dilzime. It seems as people look as money as their God. If money is your ilaha, is your God, guess what? You're in a bad position, because I got to tell you a secret. When you die, money can't save you. Only thing can save you is your good deeds, your prayer, and the things that you have done, knowledge you have left behind that someone else is gaining something off, and a child that you may have taught to pray that is praying for you. Y'all won't believe me until it happens, because everybody's going to die. So you can't say, yo, King Erna, you're lying. It's not going to happen. Oh, it's going to happen. And when you die, guess what? You want to leave behind some honor and good deeds. So don't be like those individuals that didn't put up some type of good deeds, because the dollar they put up, they won't even recognize it's gone. Hit them so hard, they didn't even recognize they had a life prior to them dying. But when they get to where they're going, they're going to want to come back. And they want to come back to tell you, we got to get it together. So let's start getting together. Let's not depend on or wait on a governor to do anything. If you live wherever you live and you know it's wildfires, be prepared with a bunch of something. I don't care if you've got to build fire extinguishers all around your house where you're coming out with them Jones like guns, because at the end of the day, you should be prepared. You should be tying your Campbell. Tie your Campbell then. Tie your Campbell. But don't run around here like an ill's ass, pointing a finger and saying, oh my gosh, when you knew that this was liable to happen. I'm going to say it again. Those who are rich with no peace are dead. Those who are poor with peace is alive. And you'll be surprised to see them. You ever see somebody homeless and they family, they walking around, it's a smiling, they're happy, might not even ask you for a goddamn coin, depending on what the law have to give them. They just going and doing them, and you like, whoa, they don't even have any new clothes on. They don't have nothing. None of these things make up peace. Not a coin, not a dollar. But if you got the peace and you got the money, that means you know God. Because at the end of the day, that's the only thing that's going to give you some peace. And a lot of people aren't going to recognize that until they're in a bad position. Take a person that's sick. I mean, they're horribly sick. They're on their deathbed. Nothing else matters but them being cured and them getting better. You know that? You notice that? Nothing else matters to them except them getting better. Then when they get better, all these things come to play. They don't even look to have care about God anymore. Until another calamity or a big blessing comes, then they may remember God. Oh, that was God. But hold on, all in between, you didn't care about God. Why is that? Why is that? Because you're a selfish Prozac. And at the end of the day, you're going to suffer for that. And when you suffer for it, I'm going to tell you like this. That same God that you're calling on will still hear you. And hear you and hear you. But yet, we continue to carry how we carry. Let's carry the honor correctly, because we all could be in those Los Angeles fires going through it, right? Burning down. But we aren't. We all could be in a bad position in Cali right now. But we aren't. So be thankful, because you can look at somebody else's situation and say, dang, all praise be to Allah. I'm thankful, because at the end of the day, there's always somebody that's going through something more rough than you do. And guess what? You got to recognize that in order to motivate yourself. If you don't, you will begin to lose daily, because you're going to beat yourself up about losing. When even when you lose, you should begin to have understanding that you're in a race and you got a chance to win. But if you ain't looking to win and you're looking to pull over and say that cramp is in my way, now you got to go all the way to the finish line. Go all the way. Keep running to that finish line. Don't let that thorn in your side slow you up. Don't let it slow you up, because it will. And if it slow you up, guess what? Everything else that depends on you will fall down. And you may not be able to get back up. And you can't be on your petty bed or your pity bed, because at the end of the day, don't nobody care here, because you're the breadwinner. You're the one that's always looking out for everybody else. Don't nobody care but Allah. Get on your knees, thank Allah, and say, I have to do better, because at the end of the day, I could be going through something a lot more traumatic than what I'm going through. You know, I'm going to carry it like that, man. Ball, strike, man. King on a live and direct.